So I've been using the Husqvarna 525 iLXT for about 3 months now, and I thought it'd be a good time to share my thoughts and feedback with you guys and let you know what we think of it. As a small disclaimer, Husqvarna did send me this unit for free, but this isn't a sponsored video, and all my thoughts and opinions are definitely my own. Let's get into the review for the 525 iLXT. So weighing in at just 3.1 kilograms without the battery and bang on 5 kilograms with the BLI 300, I find this to be one of the best on the market in terms of ergonomics, balance and general user experience. With an industry-leading 46cm cut and a 7,200 RPM spin speed on the head, this thing will handle all of your regular fortnightly and weekly stuff with absolute ease. And it will give you the confidence as well to do the thicker stuff if you need to. Squarely aimed at the commercial user or the very high-end user that really appreciates good quality tools. This thing pumps out equivalent of 25 cc's using its brushless e-torque motor, and it's got bags and bags of power. Building on the commercial user experience as well, this thing is IPX4 rated to give you protection in the rain, splash proof, and it also has the active cooling feature, which means it cools the battery and the motor down as it's being used, and also as the batteries are being charged as well, which in Australia here it's super important because the summers here are very hot, very humid, and it's quite easy to heat up these machines, overheat them. But I've never had that problem with this. Or any of the other machines that I use either. So excellent feature. I find the operating keypad super intuitive, very easy to use, even with gloves on as well. You've got a dedicated on-off button, battery indicator there, and it also shows your speed settings 1, 2 and 3. Very easy to use, absolutely love it. And then I'll get to this little feature in a minute on the side here. That's one of my favorite features of any line trimmer ever. But we'll talk about that in a sec. In terms of speeds, this is what 7,200 sounds like. Very nice indeed. And then you've got speed 1, speed 2, and then back to speed 3. I run it in speed 2 predominantly 98% of the time. Occasionally speed 1, very rarely will I ever use speed 3. So as with all Husqvarna commercial battery powered tools, you have the option to fit the battery internally into the machine, or you also have the option to fit a dummy battery with a cable that comes out and connects to either a backpack battery or a belt that carries several batteries. So it kind of gives you the best of all worlds really, and gives you options should you need longer run time, a lighter weight machine, or just chuck in whatever battery and off you go. Not being tethered, which is great. I think some of the other manufacturers previously bought out machines that were commercial, tethered to a backpack, and pretty quickly learned that not many people want that. Too hot, too cumbersome, too heavy, and to be honest, I don't really know why they bought them out. And finally, onto one of my favorite features, which I touched on earlier when I was showing you the keypad. This is the Husqvarna E35B, their Ergo feed head. And you can automatically extend the line using that little button on the handle here, which you press that and it automatically extends it to the right amount. So you're not wasting line, you're not over, extending line, stressing out the motor and stuff. Works really well. And most trimmers, I generally put on a speed feed. I take the standard head off, put a speed feed head on. But with this one here, I've actually found it to be really good design. I haven't felt it necessary to change the head, which is good, because then I can make use of that awesome feature, which I love. So yeah, absolutely love this head, and I absolutely love that feature, the automatic load extender thing. It's great, and it's unique to this model. I don't know of any other line trimmer that's got that. I do know of line trimmers that load it with a button, but then it extends it. It doesn't just load it, it extends it with the button, which is awesome. So yeah, love that. So the age-old question that everyone wants to ask these days with battery tools is, what's the runtime like? Well, officially from Husqvarna, the runtime on this with the BLI 300 battery, which is the one I'd recommend for this, is 40 minutes. I think that's a pretty conservative number, to be honest. Generally, I find I can get up to an hour, if not a bit more, of actual trigger time with the BLI 300, but I'm not running it in speed setting 3 at full kilt the whole time. I generally do speed setting 2, and even with that I don't run it at full speed. It's not necessary most of the time for the fortnightly and weekly stuff. Obviously if you're getting into some real thick heavy duty cutting and you're on the trigger full time, obviously it's going to reduce the run time. But for the everyday, the fortnightly, the weekly, the maintained stuff, you'll easily get an hour out of a BLI 300. You could probably do on average, the average 600 to 800 square feet blocks, you'd probably get through 4 or 5 of those with ease. So 2 BLI 300s, maybe 3 will get you through a full day, generally, no worries. I'm happy with that. That's kind of what I've come to expect with these batteries. The amp hours and the run time and how I run them, they all kind of fall into the same kind of category, the same kind of run times. But I would say these are Husqvarna's BLI 300, 9.4 amp hour is class leading. Active cooling, and the through battery design, so nothing gets stuck in there. Yeah, it's just a great design. Very pleased with the runtime, no complaints whatsoever. Obviously it'd be great to have all day runtime on a battery this big, but yeah, that's not here yet. So. One of the other features worth mentioning is it has the connectivity stuff, the Bluetooth built in, so you can connect it to the Fleet Services app and monitor run times, services, and when it needs servicing, how long it's been running for, where it's running, and all that good stuff. That's quite important to know if you're running a business with several employees and tools and whatnot. That's all built in, so there's no extra modules sticking out anywhere or wires or anything like that, which is great. So yeah, I highly recommend this tool. to any contractor that's looking for a commercial level, high quality, very well balanced, powerful battery powered line trimmer. You won't go wrong with this, in my opinion. These are only my opinions, of course, and it will vary depending on what you're using it for. But I do have a bit of experience in the industry, and I will tell you that this is definitely one of the best, in fact, this is the best battery powered line trimmer I've ever used, and I've pretty much used all of them. It's not the most powerful. There are others that are a bit more powerful, but for the everyday stuff and occasional thick stuff, which is pretty much what most of us do, is excellent. Ergonomics, user experience, balance, runtime, power, they've just nailed it. And like their sort of recent commercial power tools that they've brought out over the last 6 or 7 months, like the 522 IHD 75, the new commercial 75 centimeter hedger, it's just brilliant. Like, I've got nothing negative to say about it, and I would tell you if I did. Like, I'm very much very keen to express both the positives and the negatives and be completely honest with you. But I haven't got anything negative to say. Like, it's great. One thing I would point out, it'd be nicer to have had a metal base plate on here, perhaps. That's just plastic, it's tough, but a metal skid plate might have been a nice addition. Other than that, the head's great, the guard's great, the angle that you trim at is brilliant. This handle here is rubberized, it's the good one. The controls are super easy, so they're not fiddly. Quick release adjustment on the handle. Batteries design's great, the through thing's good, you never get anything stuck in it. Like, yeah, honestly, nothing bad to say about it. So yeah, super impressed. Highly recommend it. Get out and try one, guys, if you can. If you do, let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you've got any questions, let me know, I'll get back to you. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.
Yeah, I'm ballin', yeah, I'm all